should discover yourself first before getting married. You should make sure you're done with school. You should have at least worked somewhere, get a working experience. You should have at least lived in your own apartment, paid bills, learn how to pay bills for yourself as a young lady. You should be able to afford things for yourself, so that if you get married tomorrow, your husband will give you respect. If you don't have your own source of income, your own earnings, you will become a liability to your husband, and at some point he will get irritated, tired of being the only breadwinner or the only person providing for the family with no support, and carry out his frustration on you, up to the point of leading to all sorts of causes such as domestic violence, such as infidelity, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. Hello guys, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Amazing Grace Daniel, and today I'm going to be talking about two categories of people that are setting the social media on fire: early marriage and late marriage, or marry whenever you discover yourselves. Now, my problem is these two sets of people from two different school of thought. So those that are pro early marriage believe that a woman should get married as early as she can, so that she can start having kids and grow with the children. She can have her children on time, so that she has enough time for herself once she is done having kids. And they believe that you can discover yourself in marriage. You don't need to discover yourself before marriage. So once you're done with school, get married, and you can be married whilst in school. You have your children, and then you can have the time to start working after having your children. And if you want to work and discover yourself in your marriage, if you marry the right man, like, the focus should be getting married to the right person, not about when to get married. These people are of the school of thought that people are making it look like marriage is a disadvantage to women, but in fact, early marriage is an advantage to women. That's what they believe. Now, the other school of thought, who are pro whenever, pro late, whenever you're ready, this set of people believe that you should discover yourself first before getting married. You should make sure you're done with school. You should have at least worked somewhere, get a working experience. You should have at least lived in your own apartment, paid bills, learn how to pay bills for yourself as a young lady. They also believe that you should be able to have gotten one or two things for yourself. If you can't afford a car, fine. You should be able to afford things for yourself, so that if you get married tomorrow, your husband will give you respect. They believe that if you don't have your own source of income, your own earnings, you will become a liability to your husband, and at some point he will get irritated, tired of being the only breadwinner or the only person providing for the family with no support, and carry out his frustration on you, up to the point of leading to all sorts of causes such as domestic violence, such as infidelity, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. So they are of the opinion that a woman should find herself, create a brand for herself, give herself a good name, and be able to pay her bills by herself before she decides to run into a partnership, lifelong commitment with a man. Now, these two people, if you ask me, are both right in their own way. My only problem, however, is the way they come on social media and attack each other. And the major problem I have is the way they carry their audience with them. Like, the audience is even worse than them. I'm talking of people like you and I, who listen to these supposed role models, mentors, preachers, and the rest, who have this different school of thought and they carry you in such a way that you start fighting, quarreling, arguing with people you don't even know over a certain opinion that doesn't sit well with you. So they come up with a certain opinion, and they attack a certain group of people, maybe made a statement made by their counterpart. Take for example, someone makes a statement and said it is good for women to get married early so that they can start having their children early and they can discover themselves later. As against getting married late, and at the end of the day you are doing school runs at 42, 43, 44 and the likes. Now this other school of thought, that's the people that are pro late marriage or pro whenever you're ready marriage, these people attack the pro early marriage writer, and it becomes another frenzy for the social media audience like you and I. We now start getting ourselves into different banters, we start fighting, we start quarreling, and before you know it, toxicity is ruling the social media space over who is right and who is wrong. In as much as the agenda that you're pushing should be good, the way you are pushing it is a problem. You're pushing your agenda to a point where your audience are now fighting the other people pushing their agenda. I mean, why? If you are pro early marriage, you don't have to attack the people who believe you should get married much later. If you are for those people that believe a woman should discover herself, you shouldn't attack people who don't want to discover themselves before getting married. The thing is that a lot of us have these strong opinions up to the point that we don't feel the other person may be right in any way. So those that feel that you should discover yourselves before marriage feel the chances of you discovering yourself after marriage is very slim, and that is dependent if you're married to a good man, and you can't even tell how good a man you're married to until you're already living with him. Now those that feel you should get married early feel the biological clock is ticking on you, number one. Secondly, they feel that with the right partner on your side, you even get to greater heights. They also feel that you're just stressing yourself looking for what you may or may never get. And lastly, you grow with your children. So that's an advantage for them. Now, however, both of them, like I said, are right. But the way these set of people come on social media and attack each other, they will take a statement made by the other counterpart, read it, analyze it, do a video of it, and the next thing, social media is agog, like on frenzy. This one will come, this other one will come, and before you know it, you're fighting people you don't know, you're fighting arguing people you don't even know, and you're breeding toxicity in the social media space. This video is not for the people who come up with these opinions and this school of thoughts. This video is for the audience, you and I. You carry your phone, like you carry your data. Nigeria data is expensive. I know how much I spend on data. Like I legit know how much I am spending on data every month. It doesn't even take you for a month. It doesn't even take you for a week. And you carry your data to go and be arguing with people you don't know because your Instagram model, your Facebook mentor, or your YouTube content creator I said it. So you know what? I'm coming. I'm not coming. Come on. Just come on. When are we going to get it right? You use your data to be fighting. Social media has become so toxic that when I pick my phone, it's so bad. Like there was a season that the toxicity was so much that I'm picking my phone to fight. Like, I'm picking my phone to look for someone's comment to respond to. That is annoying. Like, you see something. So at this point, in as much as we don't have control over people and the content that they create on social media, we don't have control over what people type and write that causes frenzies up and down over different school of thought. You have control over yourself, over your own self, over what you assimilate. Nowadays, when I see certain conversations on social media, I just pass. There's no need to even argue, even if you're not making sense. Like, I saw a what they call it, a while back, a few months back. I saw a post a lady made about, I'm trying to remember. She said in that post, if I can remember very well, that she just came out from the hospital barely a week after giving birth, and she was torn. Like, she just gave birth and she was caught. She had a tear, and the husband was honey. He was in the mood. And he begged and he asked and she consented. It is not R-A-P and E. It is consent, and it's some things we do for love. Believe you me, the me of before, Amazing Grace Daniel, I would be ready to attack. Not only me, people were already attacking her. Like, I was ready to respond, because not only, it wasn't even only her. A lot of people supported what she said. A lot of people came on social media and were like, yes, it happened to me too. 1 week after, 2 weeks after, I allowed my husband have his way. He needed it, I gave it to him, and that's the things we do for people. Supported, and I felt like, like correcting the people who were supporting this statement, because I could talk to them directly over the person who made the statement. Like, that person's statement became viral, but the people who supported are the people you can talk to directly. You can want to change their mindset, but that's not how to change people's mindset, my dear. That's what I discovered. I was really tempted to want to respond. In fact, I tried typing to one person that said, as she said, I only was not even up to 1 week, it was 4 days. Yes, she even bleeded, but she was happy. She gave her husband, instead of him to go outside, that as a wife, those are the sacrifices that you make to make your husband happy. I started typing. What kind of husband would even ask his wife? If you see the page I was typing, oh my, you need to see page. I was typing page. I just sat down and just said, you know what? The lady will not understand you. It is what she believes in. It is how she feels. And there is literally nothing. I'm just going to get myself angry, worked up. By the time she responds back, we're just going to argue, and then we're just going to get into a. You will now see other people who will come in support of her and against her, in support of me and against me. I'm just going to be on social media, wasting my data and my precious time arguing over what is not worth it. That was the day I realized that is not everything you must respond to. No matter how opinionated you are, your opinion sometimes is not needed. I just said to myself, this lady just justifying her reality. The truth is, when most of us go through whatever we go through, we find ourselves justifying our realities and we think we are right. And then no matter how someone is trying to explain to you that you're wrong, you don't want to listen. I've been in that position too. You feel you are right because it didn't take anything out of you to do what you did. So at the end of the day, you're actually right. If you did not see anything wrong with your husband touching you 4 days or 1 week after giving birth, okay, my problem is, why did you have to bring it to social media? Why do you have to write it a blank statement and generalize it for everybody who cannot do it to start practicing it? However, even if you brought brought it to social media, I don't have to fight with you, neither do I have to take it, neither do I have to assimilate it. So we need to get to a point in this life that we can at least know what to take and know what not to take, and know when to comment and know when not to comment. I just looked at this woman and I didn't comment. I even clicked out of the page, I saw it and went to forward, and I said, people only like to justify their realities and experiences, and you cannot blame them. Rather than attack them because they won't listen to you, no matter how you want to even paint it nice, if it was okay by her, good. To woman A, she can pound yam for Africa for her husband. To woman B, she prefers to use a machine for it. Both of them are right. So far, it is okay with them, they are right. You must not come as woman A to attack woman B and say woman B is lazy. And as woman B, you must not attack woman A that woman A is suffering. So woman A says she wants to give birth through natural labor, even if it's going to cost her life. As woman B, my dear, you don't have to come and fight her because you face CS. And woman A don't have to tell woman B that CS is a bad thing. It's in fact it's ungodly, it's sinful, or it shows that you're not a woman that can birth her child, like you don't have strength. It shows that you are weak. You don't have to go down that level. We don't have to go down low. These days, we Nigerians are making, especially Nigerian women, or making social media, how do I describe it? Not only toxic, make it look as if we are naturally violent people. Not only is the world watching, I am watching, I am reading every single day. Violence every day. Every statement, we respond to violence. Everything that happens, we respond to it with violence. We don't even respond with love on social media. I know the country is hard and we are frustrated, but it actually shows who we are. Violence. And so we need to find a way to stop. I can't imagine spending over 15,000 naira on data every month for me to be getting more frustrated than I have been. So you come on social media and you see someone fight, people dropping different school of thought and fighting in other school of thought over what and what and what not. There are different movements in this world who are not fighting themselves. The movement is so respected that everybody knows their lane. Everybody has their own movement. You mustn't agree, you mustn't accept, but even if you want to change or you want to correct with love. Attacking cannot make the person understand you, listen to you, or even hear you. Instead, the person will feel attacked and want to defend his or herself, even if he or she is wrong. You, the audience that will follow your mentors and models and celebrities to follow people to be fighting people you don't even know, people you could show love with and spread love to, you're gonna be attacking them. Two of you attack each other because of what Rita Dominic said, or what Genevieve said, or what one pastor said, or what one. Come on, let's do better. Social media is becoming so toxic and it's not healthy for us as Nigerian women. We need to do better. Thank you so much for watching. If you love this video, do click the like button, drop a comment. Let's disagree to agree, okay? And if you're yet to be subscribed, come on, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.